So up till now, we have established that there are opportunities where there are concerns. We grew ourselves out of our comfort zones, and this will be my one piece of advice to you as well. So particular scenarios call for particular kind of actions. Um, particular situations warrant a certain kind of attention. So, under such circumstances where the market was mature and we had defined our role models to be people who came from multiple revenue streams, who had maybe a tent service, who had an abandoned warehouse in Scotland, maybe, which were just few UET graduates with jugaad and stuff, and we also had our seniors coming in this business, jumping to get a few quick bucks, minting money out of innocent people, and then just leaving this field altogether. So the lack thereof was automatically our capital investment, since we did not seek out any seed investment, जिसको आप रास भी कहते हैं. So we had our all emphasis on making profits first, and then inculcating that money back into the kitty, so in order to grow gradually but steadily. And success, this has been one of the reasons of the success so far. So once I am asked to to come back to this company of mine, uh, this opportunity was safe and sound, that I had done this previously as well. My goal was to again maintain a lifestyle which was of a CEO, and nonetheless it was humble enough to realistically give me an oversight that I need to grow, and the lack thereof led me into working and pushing my limits, an extra mile. And the need for personnel was met actually while I was discovering this business revenue model, where we gave commission to our customers for bringing in each subsequent client. So this is something which I learned from Nayatel. I had experience of using their fiber optic network, and that was conveniently very well administered for us to follow. The idea was simple. Just in order to bring in more clients, we need to incentivize the ones we already had. Uh, the opportunity or the critical elements for determining the market would come from the fact that most of the market was product oriented, and we wanted to jump in for in the services sector. More importantly, because after sales is the most crucial aspect associated with solar solution. That is why you get to hear a lot of myths that whether this technology is successful or not. It's just the reason that the singly owned companies which have multiple other revenue streams, just I have mentioned earlier, are into mostly retailing the product. They are traders. They want to hire technicians rather than engineers. So the personal deficit was met once I engaged my fellow beings, my mm, partners, into this idea of getting their bit of share for each sale that even I make. So this way they had the confidence in the company. They are the early entrants. Entrants. They actually supported me. They gave me wings, and now they are a part and parcel of the company. And up till now, we are a mashallah team size of 16 people who are engaged for their project to project uh, endeavors, and we like to pretty much take care of their vested interest. And this is the same reason my seniors would work with me on hard cash, which is sublime, tip top. My juniors will work with me for something, we can say, just out of the respect, or maybe to learn this domain. But once my batchmates are with me, it means that we are really taking care of them. um, the capital was not enough. We started off with the 5 lakh was the authorized capital, and working capital was just 1 lakh rupee. Um, the capital, this is how much it took. Uh, the positive cash flow began from the first project, because it's something that is related to risk mitigation, and which takes into stakes a lot of effort, and at the same time very a real confidence. So I was all in for my first pitch, and we successfully made our first pitch. Was more than an elevator pitch, and where I was fortunate enough to land an MNC, an oil field MNC multinational company, to have our solution at one of their corporate offices, and that also became the reason of my uh, first Mercedes that I made out of the profits. So the profit margin is well established, and during those times back in 2014, I carried it forward. While I was at higher, I had this tendency that I could achieve much more, and that is why I performed really well over there as well, until the point I became product manager from assistant product manager just within first 8 months. And afterward, I realized that this is not where I belong. I came back to my business. So instead of the job, I spotted the opportunity, came a long way. uh, all through this journey, I had my parents' support. Uh, Outside help was like the mentorship that I had developed, a fervor for reaching out to people whom I could trust. So a lot of the times, my first employers were my first source of information on whether or not to opt for some whether or not to seek for the investments, or maybe even reaching them out for asking if they were interested in investing in my projects. So this was most of the time the advisorship I got was through my self-supported network, which was there to help me out on a pro bono basis at times, and most of the times it was sheer hard luck that I already had gotten to know a few individuals who were really really supportive. So the taxation part, the accountancy, and the lawyer taking the both the correlating our documentation with the legal aspects of doing business in Pakistan, it was met really well. The outside advisors did make the difference. I would like to mention over here that our first supporter for the first project, I should adhere to this fact, is now a competitor, but Mr. Numan, who is also the chairman of Pakistan Solar Association, it's been very kind of him to grant us a 40 lakh rupee credit line for 40 days. So yes, the outside advisors and the mentors did really help a lot. So it's just the connection building, which I'd like you to emphasize most upon, and to ask is something which the entrepreneurs don't do. Entrepreneurs should look out to, without hindering themselves, refraining themselves from कि वो क्या कहेगा अगर मैं उसे reach out करूँगा. No, it's not like this. If you have got a good idea, you can also reach out to me as well. So the weaknesses and the strengths of the venture. So always wanted to convert my weaknesses into opportunities. Again, as my concerns into opportunities. So whenever there was a deficit of, or a gap of information or a skill, or some technical objective that we wanted, always admired to have, but never actually got within ourselves. So I wanted to learn that particular skill. I wanted to outbeat the competition out there by realizing that yes, I need to have a better grasp because I'm already lacking. So this always the fear of failure actually gave me the thrive to success. So so